The American Civil War was a time of immense upheaval, a period marked by intense conflict and profound transformation. It pitted brother against brother, state against state, creating deep and lasting divisions within the country. The war tore at the very fabric of the nation, leaving behind a trail of destruction and sorrow. Beyond the battlefield, a different kind of struggle raged, a fight for sustenance and survival in a war-torn land. The war disrupted supply lines, cutting off access to essential goods and making everyday life a challenge. Food became scarce, both for soldiers on the front lines and civilians back home, leading to widespread hunger. This scarcity forced Americans to confront hunger with resourcefulness, finding innovative ways to stretch their limited supplies. The Union, with its industrial might, faced challenges in delivering food to its massive army, despite its advanced infrastructure. The Confederacy, largely agricultural, struggled as the Union blockade choked its ports, cutting off vital supplies and trade. The once abundant harvests of the South dwindled as fields lay fallow and farmhands took up arms, leaving the land untended. Foraging became a necessity, supplementing meager rations with whatever nature offered, from wild plants to small game. In this crucible of scarcity, people found creative ways to prepare meals with whatever they had on hand. Meat, a staple of the American diet, became a luxury for many during the war. Salt pork, a mainstay for both Union and Confederate soldiers, was often rancid or infested with insects. Salt horse, a particularly tough and unpalatable cured beef, earned its name from its resemblance to equine flesh. Yet soldiers ate what they had to survive. In the South, as livestock dwindled, people turned to alternative sources of protein. Squirrel, rabbit, and even rats became common sights on dinner tables. Hunting and trapping provided much-needed meals, though the quality and quantity were often inconsistent. Civilians, bound by necessity, rediscovered the art of stretching meager portions. Soups and stews, bulked up with vegetables and foraged greens, became a way of life. Hardtack, a simple biscuit made from flour and water, was the ubiquitous symbol of the Civil War soldier's diet. Rock hard and notoriously bland, it could be stored for months, making it ideal for wartime. However, its unyielding texture and susceptibility to mold and weevils made it a culinary challenge. Soldiers devised creative ways to make hardtack palatable, like soaking it in coffee, water, or even soup to soften its brick-like consistency. Some soldiers crushed hardtack into a powder, mixing it with water to create a porridge or frying it into rudimentary pancakes. These variations offered a welcome change from the monotony of plain hardtack. Coffee and tea, cherished stimulants in American life, became casualties of the war's disruptions. Blockades and shortages forced people to seek substitutes for these beloved beverages. Roasted acorns, dandelion roots, chicory, and even ground sweet potatoes were pressed into service as coffee replacements. These concoctions, while lacking the familiar caffeine kick, provided a warm and comforting ritual in trying times. Tea substitutes ranged from the practical to the inventive. Dried leaves from raspberry, blackberry, and strawberry plants offered a fruity alternative. Sassafras bark, with its distinct root beer flavor, became a popular choice, particularly in the South. These herbal infusions, while different from traditional tea, provided a sense of normalcy and offered some nutritional value. Sugar, once a common ingredient, became a precious commodity as the war progressed. The Union blockade crippled the South's access to refined sugar, forcing people to seek alternative sweeteners. Molasses, a byproduct of sugar production, gained prominence, though its slightly bitter taste took some getting used to. Honey, when available, provided a touch of sweetness to otherwise bland meals. Watermelon syrup, made by boiling down watermelon juice, offered a regional alternative, particularly in the South. These substitutes, while not as potent as refined sugar, helped to make life a little sweeter in the midst of wartime hardships. The scarcity of traditional ingredients led to the creation of unique and often surprising dishes. Soldiers and civilians alike had to make do with what little they had, often scavenging for food and using whatever was available to create meals that were both nourishing and filling. Kush, a simple but hearty concoction, became a staple for both soldiers and civilians. This dish, was easy to prepare under the challenging conditions of war. Made with bacon grease, flour, and water, kush could be eaten as a porridge or fried into savory cakes. Its simplicity was its strength, allowing it to be adapted to various cooking methods and available ingredients. It was high in calories, and soldiers could rely on it to provide the energy needed for their grueling daily routines. Union Army cook James M. Sanderson aimed to improve the nutritional value of soldier rations and made what was called commissary stew. It was a response to the often monotonous and nutritionally lacking meals that soldiers were accustomed to. Made with cubed meat, onions, and vegetables, it provided a welcome change from the monotony of hardtack and salt pork. The stew was not only more nutritious, but also more palatable, boosting the morale of the troops. These dishes, born of necessity, showcase the ingenuity and resilience of people facing extraordinary circumstances. They are a testament to the creativity and resourcefulness that can emerge even in the direst of situations, turning scarcity into sustenance. The American Civil War was a time of profound hardship and sacrifice. It was a period marked by intense conflict and struggle, where the very heart of the nation was tested. Food shortages, a constant reality for both soldiers and civilians, tested the limits of human endurance. Not even having the basic necessities forced people to confront the harsh realities of war. People are resourceful, though, and found ways to stretch their limited supplies, creating meals from what little they had. They found creative solutions to feed themselves and their families. They foraged for wild plants, hunted game, and fished in nearby streams. They found nourishment in unexpected places, turning to nature to supplement their meager rations. They created culinary adaptations that sustained them through extraordinary times. These adaptations were not just about survival, but also about maintaining a sense of normalcy and comfort. The story of Civil War living is a narrative of resilience, creativity, and the unyielding human spirit. It showcases the ability to adapt and overcome even in the face of adversity. Soldiers and families supported one another and found strength in community. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human capacity for innovation and resilience can shine through. It is a powerful legacy, one that continues to inspire and remind us of the strength within us all. Thank you for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.